Drama writers, I would watch out because you might be tripping over something. With the cards that I have laying out here, it feels like there was a project or aspect of a project that you were asked to do regarding this, or a section, marketing, or writing a section, or something. And it feels like you did something intuitively, kind of reached for something that was like not traditional. And it kind of, I don't want to say blew up in your face, but it was the wrong decision to make. Let me tell you how I got there. So we have the Page of Pentacles, which is a learner, learning about our body, our health, and our money. We have the Moon reversed, and I like to think personally, I like to think of the Moon as our intuition could be turned off. I'd like to think of it more as wandering around in darkness, but you can still kind of see where you're going. But this is on the inside. There could be a healing aspect to it. Then we've got the Queen of Cups, which is you seem to be over. You're going to be emotional about this thing. It seems like this is the card that was kind of the tripper, the trick one for me. The Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is usually about boredom and looking and waiting for that one thing that will stop the boredom. But this is reversed, and this is the thing that I think that you reached for, and now that you're experiencing some consequences because of it, you're not reaching out for anything new anymore. Then we have the Star reversed, and the star is usually a symbol of hope. With it being reversed, it just kind of feels like the light that you had that you maybe thought this was, it was like it just dimmed it. Like it was starting to grow a little bit, and then it was just like this thing happened, and then you just like kind of went back into yourself. That's kind of what it feels like. Now we've got the Queen of Wands reversed. She is one that likes to go out for attention. But when she gets it, she pulls back. But because she's reversed, it feels like you don't want to be recognized for something that you did. Now we have the Eight of Pentacles, and that's also reversed. It's usually about perfection or an excelled skill. Um, I don't think you're not perfect, and it's something that you need to kind of remember at this point in time. You got the Seven of Swords. So whatever you do next, I would be strategic. Um, this is kind of a little opposite of what I'm going to tell you with the card at the bottom of the deck, which I'll get to in a second, but think about it a little bit before you make an ultimate decision, but I wouldn't think about it too hard, and I'll tell you why. Then you got the Four of Wands, which is a celebratory card, a planned celebration. So with whatever's been going on here with this, it feels like it's kind of irked you. I know it doesn't feel like it's a space to celebrate, but celebrate that you learned a lesson. Celebrate that you learned what not to do going forward. It sounds so weird, but give yourself a treat. Go get an ice cream, go to a movie, treat yourself to a new toy, something that you can make yourself feel more like yourself again. Now, the card at the bottom of the deck is the Fool. What I wrote down when I saw this card was be open to other things that are coming your way. Now, I know that that's a little bit opposite with the Seven of Swords being here, and I told you to be strategic. That the strategy might just be don't just reach for the easiest thing or the thing that's gonna like mostly distract your boredom, kind of a thing. Let's see. So the numbers you want to pay attention to are 1, 18, 3, 4, 17, 3, 8, 7, 4, and 0. Now, if you add all those up, you get 65, and 6 plus 5 equals 11. 11 in the Major Arcana is the Justice card. So I do think that whatever's been going on was a lesson well learned. And that's why you're back at the page. You're learning more about what just happened, deciding how to approach it the next time. The lack of boredom, or you're not bored right now. You're just kind of feeling a little bit more inside of yourself, not feeling um there just seems to be something that like there were consequences to what you did. Not bad consequences. It was just more like a slap on the wrist, but it was like, please don't do that again. kind of a thing. It's a checkpoint, a little life checkpoint is kind of what I like to think about it as. Our element wise, earth, air, fire, and water, you're pretty evened out. You've got earth is 2, air is 3, fire is 2, and water is 3 as well. So you're pretty evened out. You kind of, it's bothering you, but it's not over bothering you. The one thing I will say is that air is probably your most important element, or not, I'm sorry, your heaviest element, because not only does it have 3, but 2 of the major arcanas that you got were also air. And air is our thoughts and our communications, our writings, our how we speak. And I would look up Uranus and Aquarius, see what they tell you, and then I don't want to say think it, more like do it. I wrote down this stop thinking so much about what you're doing and more put into action how you are going to fix it. You know, there are thinkers and there are doers. I think I'm going to do this. I'll get to this one day. What I'm getting from what I got from this was don't think, just do, or don't just say, kind of a thing. Do what you preach, practice what you preach, I guess is kind of what I'm kind of getting at with that. The colors I would pay attention to, I got brown and tan mostly because of these 2 cards, but I wanted, for some reason, I don't know why, every time I keep looking down at these cards, this peach dress is really kind of like, it's a light pink. This is more of a pink to me, at least in this spread that I have right now. So this peach, every time I look down, and ever since I started looking at colors, I was just like, I saw brown and tan a lot in these cards, but this peach dress is like really screaming at me for some reason. I do pull 3 extra cards. I've got Mastermind here. There was probably some weaves. Oh, what a tangle spell she weaves kind of a thing situation going on. There could be a lot of moving parts. I don't exactly know where this would fit. I don't know if this is you. Maybe you did. I don't know. Maybe this is your mentor or someone that you upset, the person in charge of whatever is going on here, and maybe because of whatever you took or whatever you tried to do that made you unboard, kind of ruined this mastermind situation. I don't know. This is kind of it's throwing me off a little bit, but you might know what I'm talking about. I got salami. I I mean, maybe go eat some protein. Maybe you need to eat. You might have just be feeling a little hungry. You're allowed to eat. Just because you got into a little bit of trouble does not mean you're not allowed to eat. You are allowed to eat, you are allowed to stay hydrated, and you are allowed to keep moving forward with your life. So just remember that. And this card is list the political factions of your world. What does each stand for? What do they disagree on? How much power does each have? What is each up to in secret? I'd like to ask you, if you can, to comment on this video when the energies have kind of come to fruition, and let me know how this resonated with you and if it worked in the way that I'm looking at. I would love some feedback on these things. In closing, I just want to let you know that I am Chris. I am a tarot reader who helps writers overcome writer's block. If you would like to take this a little bit further, I do have a free tarot exercise on my website. If you go to the link in my bio and click on the first link there, it will take you to a free 15-minute exercise where you can see how tarot cards can help you get, ooh, I just got some chills. It will help you see how tarot can help you get in more into your intuition so you can write a story a little bit faster and a little bit more authentic to your own voice. And with that, I guess I will see you in the next one.